G'day Alan, here at Synth in Hastings. Last time you were out in the world that we saw was at Superbooth. And I was very interested to see here, you've got one of the Waldorf KB37s, but you've kind of built a standalone type of Mini in one go, right?
That's correct, that's correct. What we've done is we've taken the original MiniMod concept, which was the Model D in Eurorack, and we've extended it further to broaden the appeal, broaden the versatility of it as a standalone synth. So in this format that we have here, what we've actually got is we have a keyboard with velocity and aftertouch, also an arpeggiator built in. So with the modules, we've actually added we have we have a new envelope, which is the AJH, and that's exactly the same as the Model D envelope, except it has full ADSR capability. So it brings the modern day up to into the modern day really. So when we put the whole thing together, we also have a dual LFO and VCA. Now the idea of this is that we have two completely independent LFOs, but we have a built-in VCA on that as well. So we can take the output, for example, from the modulation wheel. So the mod wheel on this gives 0 to 5 volts as you increase it. So if we take a cable from that and patch it to the CV on the mixer and take the output from the LFO, you'll see that LFO2 is already normalized to the input of the VCA. So we just need to plug a cable into that and we can control the modulation level from the modulation wheel. So it has things like synchronization on LFO1 as well. So you can sync the clock of the LFO to the arpeggiator clock on the keyboard, and the whole thing. We'd say we took the original what was the original Model D, and we've just really brought it up into the 21st century.
That's neat. So I mean, the idea of putting it into sort of one unit kind of makes that concept sort of a much more of a. It's not normalised in this format though, is it? You still have to patch?
No, it's if you take all of the patch cables out, you won't get any sound at all. So there's no pre-patching at all on it, no normalising. But the cable routing, you can actually do a fairly neat cable routing with it.
Yeah,
so it's still possible to
a big patch and you can still see the knobs.
yeah. I mean, it's very much a performance instrument, and this really is. We brought this out with keyboard players in mind. Keyboard players that just wondering what all this modular nonsense is about, want to dip the toe in the water, and really it has a fairly logical layout, nice and easy to understand, and a good first step into modular really.
Absolutely, and I suppose I've heard from a lot of sources that your stuff really does have that sound. So yes. I mean you definitely get the character and the flavour of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's sound-wise, it'll do everything a Model D will do, but it'll do an awful lot more as well. The Model D is very much a one-trick pony. It was a really clever trick, excellent instrument, but this just broadens it out to be a much more versatile instrument in that it has the velocity aftertouch, things like oscillator sync, variable PWM, voltage control of the resonance. We have a glide, it'll glide up or glide down, or it'll glide up and down. So lots of features in there.
And this system as is, presumably with the KB37 and those modules, is that a comparable price to, I guess it's, do you know what roughly the budget for that is?
Sorry, the question was?
If you were to buy this system here,
yep.
What would be the kind of ballpark price of that?
Probably around £2,500, £2,600, somewhere around there. Depends. Obviously, it depends on the specification, because you can change individual elements on it to suit. We do other filters now as well. We do the Sonic XV, so if you want a diode ladder filter, you can drop a diode ladder filter in as well. But as a complete unit like that, we don't sell the keyboard itself. We just sell the modules. But to put the whole thing together, yeah, you're for £2,500 you have something.
I guess you could sacrifice an oscillator and put a second filter in, or.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Use
you've now got two with that you've got 2 LFOs, so you don't need that. Yeah.
No, you can certainly drop 2 filters in, or alternatively you can put in something like our Ring SM module, which will give you 2 sub basses and a ring modulator as well. So it's a very versatile open format. Yeah.
Excellent. And is there anything else that were new from you that we should perhaps take a quick look at?
Nothing particularly new. The 5 modules that we brought out earlier this year, we brought out the V-scale buffer, which this is to solve the tuning problems with oscillators, so that it's a precision active multi, but we have on 4 of the inputs we actually have a small adjuster screw, so that you can adjust the tracking of oscillators from the front panel. So that saves you having to retune oscillators and everything else. And also for filters, if you wanted to use the filter as an oscillator, you just patch it into that and you can pull the, if the tracking isn't bang on, you can usually pull the tracking right with that.
Ah, okay, neat.
So we have that one. We have, as well as the AJH SR envelope, which we've already discussed in the KB37 rack, and the dual LFO. We also have a CV mixer as well, which this is a bipolar, so it's a polarizing mixer. But also it's a voltage source as well. So on input 1 with no input, we get a control
constant,
voltage,
right, okay.
control voltage from it,
which is actually quite useful, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a VCA as well. So it's effectively a 4-channel mixer with a VCA for CV. So quite a versatile module as well. So,
and all this stuff's available now from you guys?
Yes, it's all out there. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Sonicstate. Yeah.